Civilizations have risen up and faded away throughout the history of the world. Greek civilization had its heyday, then Rome became a long-lasting site of power. The Roman Empire was comprised of coastal regions around the Mediterranean Sea and eventually part of what would later become Great Britain. The Roman Empire was established for strategic and security reasons and owes much of its success to other civilizations, particularly Greece, from whom the Romans borrowed many ideas. The Romans were both borrowers and aggressors, but their widespread holdings became difficult to control. That history repeats itself was as true in early world history as it is today, and the Roman Empire seemed destined to decline after peaking at the time of Constantine. The Roman Empire gradually disintegrated after being sacked by Vandals in 455, but the Romans left a great legacy, the family as the basis of social life throughout the modern world. As Rome gradually collapsed, the Church became responsible for preserving the world's best ideas and institutions. Essentially, what is known as Europe today was dysfunctional until the Renaissance, a historical period known for its great revival in art and literature. There were setbacks in wealth, luxury, and knowledge, yet the Church preserved the ancient world and became a center of learning. Unfortunately, the history of the Church shows that it could be unpleasantly harsh with followers. Think Inquisition, and ill-advised, think Crusades. During the Church's time, both St. Augustine and St. Thomas Aquinas were important. Augustine blended Greek philosophy with Judeo-Christian values, making philosophy God-centric. Aquinas was exposed to the works of Aristotle by Arab scholars, and Aquinas Christianized the philosophy of Aristotle. Aquinas had much to say about divine law and natural law and believed that faith and reason were compatible. They were the two ways to arrive at the same truth. By the Enlightenment, however, faith and reason were no longer compatible. The Enlightenment, a period of great scientific discovery, quickly changed the prevailing worldview to a humanist view. That is, the point of departure for philosophy was man himself. While many scientists contributed to the move toward secularism, the one person who made it all possible was Martin Luther. Luther, without intending to do so, was probably the most influential church scholar with respect to the move towards secularism. He introduced doubts about faith to the people, which is what Nietzsche meant by his God is dead statement. The major movement from religious ethics to secular ethics resulted from dissent within the Church, scientific discovery, and philosophical discourse, which strayed from the authority and teaching of the Church. Thus, the Church was no longer the sole authority regarding man's place in the world, and the tendency to pit faith against science or reason still continues today. Writers like the atheist Sam Harris, for example, believe that science, specifically the neuroscience of behavior, determines human values. This would be the worldview known as scientism.